Like if you guys were like doing clothing that involved like drugs and alcohol,
Yes.
probably wouldn't be for me. But
Totally get it.
like some brands are like they like to push the whole like that drug culture, you know?
Yeah.
But I like how clean and simple your brand is.
We try, we honestly like we even considered like having some designs going down that route. Like, but like everybody else is doing it, and we want to be a true brand that represents the EDM community and that serves the community, and it's not a brand that's just touching on all the hot trends just to kind of make a quick buck. Right? So we want to sell designs that are long lasting and classic, and some people might not like that, and some
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're rolling, so all good.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Okay. Yeah. Let's
Straight
warm
into
up.
it.
I mean, we can take as much time as we need. We don't have to jump right into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So what else? Yeah. What's where's your next show?
September. Oh, technically it's next week with Station 7.
Okay.
So it's a Lake Tahoe collective.
Oh.
I've never played there.
Never even been there.
No, I've never even been to Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
But the venue looks really nice. It looks really cool and just like dark and intimate. And then I've never been there, so that'll be cool just to experience that. And they got me like a really nice cabin.
Sounds awesome.
So we're gonna do a road trip and kind of take in like the drive, do like little stops. And
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds
take in
nice.
like the nature,
Yeah.
especially because I've never seen Yosemite on my own.
Yeah.
So it'll be really cool.
Yeah. How long of a drive is it?
I think it's, if I'm not wrong, I think it's like a 7.
Okay. That's not
right?
too bad.
7-hour drive to Lake Tahoe.
I think so. Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Around that.
Okay.
I mean, give or take traffic. So.
Yeah. But you'll break it up with some food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds nice. So that's next weekend.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, next Thursday.
All right. Do you usually record these, or does the venue usually record these to like release them later, or?
Like for live streams?
Yeah.
Like when I like put them on SoundCloud, I record it myself.
Okay.
And sometimes they will, like if they offer it, they're like, hey, we're recording all of the sets. But I don't know. Sometimes I just don't trust people with like the way I like it.
Yeah.
Some people like hard clip the signal.
Yeah.
And then it just sounds like distorted or like it lacks like highs or low end.
Yeah.
And I like to record the audio into my phone, or I'm gonna invest in a Tascam too. Sometimes I get like zone mixers, like like the ones that aren't compatible with Pioneer.
Yeah.
So I like to record low volume so that I can bring it up later.
Got it.
And not really change the integrity of the original track.
Yeah.
You know? Like people they put in like the work to mix and master these tracks and for them to sound a certain way, and then it gets played somewhere and it sounds horrible.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of respect on your end to kind of to the original artist, to be that thoughtful about the work that we do.
Yeah, and it's not even just for them too; it's for me and like the audience experience.
Yeah.
I feel like some people will recognize certain tracks, kind of how like you recognize the track that I played at Exchange.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, I really love this track, and I think that a person will listen to a track multiple times and start to get familiar with the way it's balanced, the way it sounds, and you can immediately tell when it's being mixed in. And when people, re-listen to that track and it sounds like different, not great quality, people can tell.
Absolutely, yeah. Something definitely I've noticed a lot is, when we attend different events and different sets, you see a lot of DJs playing tracks, but, sometimes they slow it down, speed it up to kind of match their BPM. And it, like you said, it definitely takes away, like, I get excited about a track coming because I can hear it, right? I tell her, like, hey, this track's coming. She's like, how do you know? And it just comes.
Yeah.
When I get into a track, I just memorize it. And then it comes on and it's like, oh, the beat's slower. And then, I started like just messing around with some tables. It's like, I see how it's done now. Like, it's that, that little control.
Well, yeah, and then some people are so opposed to the master tempo being on. So what that does is it kind of helps with like the pitch changing. Because when you start to change the tempo of something, the pitch will change. It'll start to change into a different note. And it kind of just like messes with the whole music theory of the actual track. But master tempo helps with that at like like jumping ranges of like 5 dBs. Like some people like to jump like 10, 20, and it's really noticeable.
Yeah.
Like even when I played for Dead Mouse, I had to play immensely slow, and not even most of the tracks that I had like aren't even produced at like one. They're produced like at 126, especially like the more melodic slower tracks.
Yeah.
And I was capped at 124 yeah for that entire set, so I had to really play with it and kind of just play with like what song sounds good at that tempo. So I was like, I spent hours like the day before just kind of playing songs at different tempos and like
Yeah.
seeing which songs I should showcase at the beginning because they felt and they sounded properly at that lower tempo, and then which ones I should play at the end.
Interesting. I was just going to ask about like the prep that kind of goes into it and, choosing the songs and then turning down, the BPM to make sure that, you have a steady, but you still want to represent your own identity, right? And take people on a journey and do all of that. So I can just only imagine how hard that is to, kind of mesh the set together and make sure,
I don't. For me, I don't think it's difficult just because I'm kind of like a theater kid.
Okay.
And I really enjoy film, so I've kind of been conditioned to understand a story like a plot, and I kind of apply that very similar to my sets in music as well, to the way I make a track as well. It's kind of like this like introduction and like teasing and like the the climax and then the descent, and I treat my sets that way too. So, and I like to sometimes it depends. Sometimes I will play some shows where I have to jump straight into it.
Yeah.
And it's usually because the artist who's playing before me is playing at very high energy, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I can't I can't just start at like the journey that I would want to. So I need to take them down, and then I can commence that journey and then bring them back up, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like it kind of helps the audience kind of have that like break as well, and then that like climax again.
Yeah. That'll be tough to kind of stay for 3-4 hours at the same BPM.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
very different. So you kind of touched on your background a little bit. I guess let's just dive right into it. Really kind of curious about the evolution of your identity. I know you kind of started around 20 years old. So it's been about what, 4 or 5 years for you?
About yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the past 2 years have just started to like pick up for me. The 2 years prior to that was just me getting to know what I liked and like just like the technical aspects of things. Um, but I think these past 2 years have been really exciting because I've been able to kind of put all of the discoveries that I made in those first 2 years into practice, and like I have been able to shape my sound to what it is now, even as a producer.
Um, when did you realize that, this is it? This is your calling. This is what you wanted to do.
I think I realized when I started playing a few shows, and my parents were curious about it because they're the ones who introduced me to the entire, like the whole like EDM scene.
Okay.
My dad would always play deep house for me in the car, and we grew up pretty, I guess, modest is the term, where with money and stuff, so we didn't have a lot. But my dad started collecting cars, and he used to take my sister and I out for night drives, right there by like the LAX tunnels.
Yeah.
And he would always play deep house for us, and we loved it. And that's kind of how we were introduced to that. But I think that's when I knew that this was kind of my calling, when I was able to play a show that was actually full of people who were enjoying the sound, and I also had my parents there with me.
Yeah.
And just to see my dad like finally click for him too that this is like what I have been meaning to do my entire life. I think that was the moment for me.
So sounds like you had a lot of support from your parents then.
Yeah.
Because usually a lot of the parents are like, this is the last thing you should be doing, go get a real job, blah, blah, blah. This is literally the best job anybody could have, in my opinion. Yeah, just curious to find out how your parents played a role in who you are.
Well, I mean, aside from that, I think there's multiple reasons and as to why I want to continue this, you know. But they're one of the main people who have been supporting me the most and rooting for me, even when my DJ skills were horrible and my production was not good at all. So, but
That's somewhere. Yeah.
it's all for a part of the journey. So
Of course, of course. As a child, were you like very musically inclined? Did you have a musical background? I
I
guess.
did,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, my dad taught me what he knew on guitar, and I played guitar most of my childhood, and I took a lot of like music lessons. So I did a lot of guitar, piano, like vocal lessons, and then it kind of segued into me writing as well. Because in school I was a theater, so we had a lot of like school projects. We had to write like scripts or like for one of my English classes, I had to write a short novel. So I kind of put that into practice. And then with the music, I kind of ended up ghostwriting for my friend, Ira,
Okay.
which was like completely different from like EDM at all. It was more indie alternative music. But it really was like the beginning of everything. And as soon as my DJ journey, music producer journey began, um, everyone kept telling me you have to start producing. Like that's the only way you're gonna make it, especially if you want to, you know, if you want to make it your career.
Yeah.
So I did start dabbling into it, and yes, it was difficult to learn the technical aspects of what the DAW entails, like Ableton or FL, whatever it is you use. But I still understood what it took to make a track, the fundamentals, like music theory and like the structure of things, which I feel like is kind of like one of my main strengths, especially when producing, because I can make a structure pretty quickly. So
Yeah. Yeah, we can definitely tell through your tracks. I mean, that's one of the things that really kind of attracted us to your sound is just, it's the structure, the way you build them. And then kind of like, again, that whole journey is the intro and then kind of leading up to something that just, kind of keeps you locked in. I think that's what really kind of attracts us to your sounds. You see that.
I'm glad you guys like it.
Yeah, we love it. Our team loves it. We keep sharing all our songs. We're always talking about, as we've been posting together, some of the music that's included in some of the posts, and we obviously have it all over our profile. So, you mentioned "Hell on Earth" by Cass. That's a breakthrough track for you.
Yeah, that was.
Can you walk us just kind of like?
Well, I think when I first heard it, it was on YouTube, and I had come across it through Hate Collective. They do a lot of like music videos. When I first saw it and listened to it, it kind of just like it like clicked in my head that that's exactly what I wanted to represent
Yeah.
in my own stuff, and I wanted to kind of merge like this like theatrical aspect of like visuals, whether it's acting or art or even just like architecture, water that moves, but with the music.
Okay.
And it's been done before, but I think that it's really nice to see how everyone's take on it, you know?
Yeah.
And so when I saw their take on it, I was really impressed with it because allowed me to kind of it allowed me to make my own give my it allowed me to have my own opinion on what was actually happening in terms of the deeper meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the music video, just check it out. But it feels like a reunion of friends coming together and letting loose, you know, smoking, drinking, going out. So obviously in Europe, but it to me it just like screams freedom.
Okay.
And I think that's what's so beautiful about it because you're allowed to like set this like deep layer of intention with the visuals, with the music, and just let people interpret it how they want.
I love that. Love that. I mean, I could feel the passion through your work, so appreciate you saying that. Are there any other non-musical moments or experiences that kind of help shape your sound or your creative direction?
Um, honestly, I think just life in general, just stepping away from the studio or just like being in front of my computer or mixing or playing a show. I think surrounding myself with like friends and family and experiencing things and music that has nothing to do with techno or trance kind of helps a lot of that and like pour back into that influence.
Yeah. What other artists, I guess, inspired you to kind of in that beginning when you're exploring this route? Like artists or maybe even different genres that you maybe looked at to inspire you to kind of to cement your decision that this is what you want to do.
There's so many, but I can name a few if
Yeah,
you want me to.
yeah, just a couple.
I have to put it out there, but Kali Uji's,
Okay.
of course, she's become very big and pop, but I've been following her journey since she first started, and when she was barely releasing her music on SoundCloud, and I was like, I think I was in middle school, but watching her grow was really powerful for me, and it just kind of pushed even further that inspiration to do what I want to do too.
Yeah.
And another one for me is Charlotte Vita.
Yes.
I actually saw her for the first time at EDC. That was my first time at EDC as a raver. You know, I
Okay.
wasn't there as an artist or like, you know. And I remember just like going to all of the tech house and house stages. I loved it, you know, and I still love house. But I remember passing by her stage and just the energy and the lights and the sound. It just like, it was a entire new realm.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I feel like that's exactly why I fell in love with Tanya.
Yeah.
It's just the experience of it all. And I didn't even know who she was. And I was in such awe of just like the entire experience.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely something special. I first time I saw her was at Ultra Miami.
Yeah.
And that was the first time a techno artist had played on main stage.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was 2023. And
I remember that.
She
yeah.
just, oh my God, it was literally one of the best sets I've ever seen. Yeah, she's just great. How is it for you, I guess, being as a raver or an event attendee versus being on the other side of the stage? How does that feel any different for you?
Well, for one, I'm not scared of my phone getting stolen.
That's fine.
But that's just like the one perk, I guess.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
feeling a little safer with your belongings. But I don't think it really changes anything. Of course, you get to network and be around people and like big artists, but like a lot of these shows, a lot of these raves, festivals are all made for the audience.
Right.
Like the entire experience is for them. Because there are shows where you're backstage and it sounds horrible. Like it's just like the DJ booth and you feel all of that sub and like low mud from like the low end that you get from all these tracks. And it doesn't sound great, you know? So I wouldn't say it's any different. If anything, I feel like being the audience is a lot better. Plus you get to really appreciate things and not look at things or hear things from such a technical standpoint.
Yeah.
Because now, like, me and my other peers or friends, like, we'll be at a show, and we'll hear, like, you know, a little mistake or this and that, and we immediately catch it. So it's just, it's kind of, it's not any better, I guess.
Yeah.
But it is nice to be able to curate that for people and try and give people like a great experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, of course. What was the last show we went at
Like you mean when I wasn't backstage at all?
Like yeah, when you were just like watching somebody actually play a set.
I mean, I went to Hard Summer, but I was like jumping around and we were networking a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think I went to EDC also this year, and Gustafsson, that's how you pronounce it, I think.
Yes.
I don't want to butcher it, but I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. He played.
Yeah.
Played forgot the name of the stage, but it was the very first stage. As soon as you walk in to EDC, it was a great stage for him, honestly. But they closed off the stage completely, 0 spectators, and usually when an artist would play, like for example, like Sarah, she'll usually close off the stage with the exception of like industry people or like, you know, media and like friends, you know that. Yeah. And then also if you know like the stage manager or you know there's little leg room, but for him it was a no, especially because he had an entire performance. Like it was an action performance.
Oh right, okay.
And he had this entire setup, and honestly, it was probably the most mesmerizing set I've seen in such a long time. Yeah.
Well, that's why I don't think I caught that one.
It was amazing, yeah.
So 3 words: ethereal, spiritual, hypnotic. Those are if 3 words can basically describe your sound. If you can translate that into a scene, what do you think that would look like?
Into a scene.
Yeah.
That's a great question. I feel in a scene in like a film.
Yeah, like a movie or a show or just anything that comes like your imagination.
Well, I definitely think of some form of transcendence
Okay.
that involves being in a loop, but not necessarily a bad one,
Yeah.
which is pretty like ironic because I do have my coming up for digital transcendence.
Okay.
But I think that's a good example of a scene of someone reliving a beautiful moment over and over again, and each time reliving that emotion as if it were the first time. I think that would pretty much describe that as
Yeah.
a scene. Yeah.
Sounds beautiful. Um, how much can you share with us about your new album?
I can share a little bit. So the whole EP has come together on its own, pretty much, and I went through a breakup, and I spent a few months very sad, and it happens in life, and apart. That's okay. But the time that I did spend sad, I was able to really channel that into the music and making, I guess, like chord progressions that really resonated with the way I felt.
Yeah.
Um, and once I had kind of outgrew that phase where I was sad and I started to appreciate the lesson that I'd learned, I kind of saw the EP kind of build itself together and how it would correlate together. Um, and then I met my friend now who his name is Zay. He does a lot of great like photography and videography, like just work in general.
Yeah.
And he came up with the idea of doing this kind of like ethereal cyber short film.
Okay.
And it fit so perfectly because I already had this entire catalog of music that I felt like would fit and merge together like really well. And that's kind of how it all started. And I think the rest was kind of made tailored for it, like the intro that I made, which I will share with everyone soon.
Okay.
But it describes exactly what we talked about it being a scene, that scene of reliving something over and over again. And although it can be a nightmare because it's continuously repeating, it's beautiful because you're experiencing it again for the first time.
I think that's the key, right? It's like if you get used to it, then you get over it. That just for the first time, you get that first time feeling nice stuff.
Yeah.
But can you share the date of?
I cannot.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just keep waiting.
Not yet. But
All right.
I will post about the date with a teaser. It'll be like the intro teaser. So
Okay. All right. Well, we can't wait. If someone hears you play for the first time, what do you hope that they walk away kind of saying about you as an artist, about your sound, about your music?
you're asking what I would think.
Or no, like what would you hope they walk away with?
A new experience. They can say that it was something fresh, something they can reminisce about later.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a raver in the audience, I used to see people play, and I would keep reliving that moment,
Yeah.
in my head, and I would look back and listen to some of the songs that they played, and just kind of try to relive it, or even better if they recorded this at,
Yeah.
But I would listen to it over and over again. So, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about fashion. I mean, you mentioned that between some cereal dresses and your brother's food closet.
Right.
We have a full Q&A, by the way, on our website with Aundreja. How do different outfits kind of dictate, or the energy that you're gonna have on the set, or does that have any influence at all for you?
Like for a show?
Yeah.
I think it just depends on how I feel. Yeah. It really does. Like today, I feel like I woke up feeling a little more like someone's older brother, just a little, But sometimes I will show up to a set, fully done makeup and like hair up and wearing like a really pretty blouse.
Yeah.
And then some days I just want to go in like a baggy shirt and just, not really care so much about my look.
Yeah.
But it just depends on how I feel. So
So it has nothing to do with the kind of set you're playing or the kind of
no, not really.
venue or anything.
I think yes, if I play like a more important show, there is a part of me that wants to play into that. I guess with the appearance.
Yeah.
But I still kind of tailor it according to how I feel because I don't want to go somewhere and play a set in a dress and I'm not really feeling that.
Yeah.
And just be uncomfortable the whole time that I'm playing. But there are times where I will do that. And I'll feel completely in tune with the way I feel. So it's perfect.
Well, you also mentioned that you do like to sometimes blend in to have the freedom to observe.
Correct.
You do strike me as a thinker.
Yeah, I do be thinking for sure.
Tell me more about that.
Overthinking sometimes, but
we all do that.
I don't know. I think I just have an overactive mind, which is another reason why I have a hard time sleeping. So I'm up pretty late sometimes, and I have to take medication to go to sleep. But I do like to be quiet, specifically in public. Most of the times, just really observe and take in, and people watch, and just kind of observe how the environment, the energy of the room kind of, shifts throughout the time. Kind of like kind of like watching like one of those like time lapses of like the same place, like a lake or a sky, and it just kind of shifting. To me, I think it's super cool. But my mouth won't stop if and when I know you and I'm comfortable with you. I definitely am younger for sure. Yeah, my friends know this.
I think we're very similar in that extent that I also do overthink and I do have trouble sleeping because my mind just won't stop. And I do take a while to warm up to people, and then when I do, same old.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Uh, has that always been the case, or do you think that's changed since you became an artist? Were you always also like that at a young age?
Um, no, I think at a younger age I was definitely an extrovert. I think life has kind of made me, I don't even know what to call it, but where I appear as an introvert. But if I trust and get to know you, then I become this huge extrovert. But growing up, I was a butterfly for sure, social butterfly. I would talk to anyone and anybody, and I would gift my toys to other kids, and my parents would get so mad. No. They would get so mad. They're like, "We bought you that. Like, go get it." But now I think life has taught me that isn't always appreciated. I guess like being extrovert and being kind, not everyone deserves that. One needs to kind of earn that too. But the reason why I love music so much is because you're able to give and still have that boundary. Like here, this is a portion of me. This is allowing me to be that extrovert.
Yep.
But this is where it stops. Like this is where I begin. This is where you end, or kind of like set that boundary. So.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting concept. I guess I've never heard it being said that way. Being able to share whatever you want to share, but then also stopping when you want. So interesting. Um, you draw from like emotionally resonant style, like with no boundaries. It seems like you're very artistic. What like off-stage aesthetics do you usually kind of draw from, like art, film, streetwear, fashion, really anything that kind of influences your brand as an artist?
The Fifth Element.
Okay.
It's like my staple, the main one. I literally have it on my computer. Like I have the full film just sitting on my desktop. And if I ever feel like I'm losing inspiration, I'll either stop producing or I'll just click on it and scroll through the movie and just like watch a scene. Because I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's like it's
been a while, but yeah,
it's a great film. 'Cause it has a little bit of everything. It has like the romantic side of things, and then it has like the sci-fi, and like, and I believe it came out in '97, and I think it was very ahead of its time for a film. And just the I don't think it was ever done before like that at that time, you know? And I really enjoy the aesthetics, also the pop of colors and the architecture in the film. It was really cool. Yeah.
Nice. We'll have to, refresh. I haven't seen it in probably at least 7 years.
Yeah, that's like my number one.
Yeah.
My favorite. Yeah.
So you also mentioned that you do still get nervous sometimes, when you're out there.
I do.
I honestly think it's just because you care so much.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I mean, I think getting nervous or excited or that anxiety sometimes it just means that you really do care about the audience, care about the experience, the energy that you're gonna provide, and more than likely it always lands. But there are those times where you feel like you failed, like the room, you know, failed the room or you failed yourself. But I think it's all part of like the growing process. So it's good. It's okay, you know.
Do you has there been an event where you might have felt nervous and maybe thought that it wasn't a great show, but then you went out and everybody was just you crushed it, you killed it, and it was basically all out of your head?
I think that happened to me when I played at Dead Mouse, like for Dead Mouse. And it happened to me when I played for Bart too. For Dead Mouse, I was so nervous because I had to play 3 hours.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I played 3 hours, and it was just me. It was just him and I on the lineup, and that was it.
That's amazing.
And which just it was a great opportunity to kind of get more of an audience.
Of course,
just to be there too. But that was really nerve-wracking for me, especially because people. I kid you not, the entire room was full at the 45-minute mark. And it was basically full at the 30-minute mark, 20-minute mark. But tables were all sat by 45 minutes. All the bottle service were there, already sat and everything. And I still had 2 hours and 15 minutes to go.
Oh, no.
And it was a full crowd. And I was like, wow. Like, playing at Academy with max capacity sold out. But also with the limitations of having to play slow and like not being able to play certain things. It was all a really nervous experience, but at the end I like re-listened and saw the footage and I was like, okay, no, I did a good job, you know. I did what I needed to do, and it was really perfect for I guess like the transition into Dead Mouse. So and same thing with the Bart Still show. I was opening. I don't know why I was nervous. I'm friends with Oscar L, so I was like, I'm not gonna have an issue like passing it over to him.
Yeah.
But I don't remember why I was so nervous. It was also my birthday the next day, and I was still fresh off a breakup, so I think I was just like emotionally charged. Yeah. But listening back and like hearing people's feedback, I feel like I did a good job. So.
You did a great job. That's actually the show where we met you and found out about you. And obviously here we are because we were so impressed. So, we walked in and we saw you playing. You know, when you first walk in, you want to go get a drink or but it was like, this was straight to the dance floor because the sound was just it was just like a magnet for me. Like, for all of us, we were four and we heard the sound when we walked in. You're like, oh my God, who's playing? Let's go. He's that good. So,
thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
No, we loved it. You dropped some. You said pale blue is the color of your sound.
100%.
I'm so
I think
curious
that's just
about
the
that.
color of I feel like me as a person.
That's like your aura.
Yeah, because my favorite color is actually green. Very similar to the color I'm wearing now. But I think I just really resonate with pale blue in terms of energy-wise.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel most of the time. Because it's still like very bright, but it still has those like soft hues in them, and it's not like necessarily a sad or happy or dark color.
True.
So yeah.
I feel like it's one of those colors that can go in either way. Like it could be a serious color, but also could be a very fun and light one.
Yeah, and it just makes sense too. Like I've kind of tailored kind of most of my visuals to have those cues in there. Um, Again, because I want people to kind of see the color and kind of think of me and the energy and experience, you know. And as soon as I start playing, I actually kind of push for those colors so that people understand like this is a whole new vibe. So, you know, a lot of places will do like red or yellow and like they'll change a bunch of colors, and that's not really for me. Um, yeah, I love the blue for sure, the pale blue.
It was a solid. Um, will digital transcendence kind of have that same aura with it? Like, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
100%. I'm so excited for you guys to see it.
Yeah, we can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been teasing a little bit, but that's just like a fourth of what like there actually is. So I'm excited.
Can't wait. What's I know you're working on digital transcendence, but is there anything else that's exciting that you're working on right now? Or how far ahead do you plan, you know, for music production and things like that?
I think once I wrapped up the EP, I had been working. Oh, I had a few tracks that I actually finished recently, and I'm really excited for one of my tracks called Club Bazaar. And it's basically a collaboration with this artist from Europe. Her name is Lene 3000, and she's a vocalist. But she re-sang the original Club Bazaar with her own vocals and like released it as a cover. And I like reached out to her and I was like, hey, like I have a great idea for this, like as like a techno trance track. So I'm really excited for that. And she finally actually gave me the green light to release it. So that'll be coming at the end of September.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm really excited for that. And then I have a bunch of other tracks that are unreleased that are in the works of being pitched. But yeah, pretty much. I'm just trying to be really careful and meticulous about what I do release going on for now, just because I think, although I can appreciate the releases I have already, I don't think I truly resonate with what I was releasing prior, like the tracks that I was releasing. But now I feel like my sound is much more tailored to like my vision and like what I want to portray.
Yep.
So yeah.
So there's something else happening in September. It's a big move.
Actually that'll be October.
Oh, okay. So it got
Yeah,
pushed a little bit. All
And
right.
so I'm actually only going for 3 months.
Okay.
We wanted to do 6 months, but it's so hard to find an apartment out there.
Really?
Yeah, it is. The locals out there they don't, you have to like, there's all these like different like requirements and like, I'd have to be out there and have a resident, especially if I wanted to extend my visa.
Okay.
But I think 3 months would be good.
Okay.
Because I'll be out there for AD, Amsterdam Dance
Right.
Fest.
Yes.
And I'll get to network and like go to some of like
Yeah,
label
it's a
parties.
great event. I mean, yes.
Yeah, I've never been, so it'll be a good experience for me.
Okay.
And then I'll get to go and experience Germany and just kind of get lost at Bergheim and Cats, Sisyphus, and I would love to go back to Spain. I've been to Spain, it was really beautiful. I would like to go back more for the scene, just to kind of experience the scene in Barcelona and Madrid. And then I would like to go back to Portugal and hopefully visit my friend, his name is Ignacio Artelli. He's another producer that I really looked up to. But also I just love Portugal. It's just amazing. So
Well, yeah, you can't go wrong with Europe. I mean, especially around that time of year. So it should be fun.
yeah, the culture out there is
jealous.
so different, and I appreciate it too.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll do great. I mean,
But if I'm being completely honest with you, I think I will also get homesick.
sure.
Because, like, yes, it'll be great. Or, I don't know, maybe I will love it so much that I'm like, okay, I have to do the full move, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to see. But I love California, too. I enjoy the weather and, like, my friends, my family, and the community that I've kind of built here. It's really sweet, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if I stay longer than 3 months.
Yeah. You're born and raised in California, correct?
I was, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
It's a big
I'm
move.
first born in the U.S. Both my parents are from Guatemala.
And how old were they when they came?
my mom was 21, and I believe my dad was 23. And my mom was due. She was like 6. No, she was like 4 or 5 months pregnant of me.
Okay.
And she worked for an airline, so that's kind of how they were able to, get past without a problem. And then they had me, and they decided to stay. Obviously, the opportunities are endless, and I'm really proud of them. They've done a lot for what they did have at the beginning, and they just got their residency like a few years ago, like 3 years ago.
Congratulations.
So yeah, it's a blessing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, it sounds like they have had a lot of influence over you. So you must be.
Yeah, no, yeah. They're definitely one of my biggest drives to just keep going.
Yeah.
My dad will call me like every other day and just like talk to me for like 2 hours, and we'll go in like a deep conversation about like passion or just like dedication or discipline. And he got me to like listen to this video every night before bed, which I really don't listen to it every night, but I'm trying to.
Yeah.
So I'll forget about it. But it's about like discipline, and like it's like this whole podcast, but it's really cute when he does that. Yeah, because he cares about about my career and like letting it continue. So yeah.
Well, we have a little fun question here towards the end. So we have a design called Base Face, and I think you might have seen it on my website.
Yes, Base Face.
We were really adamant about having that because there's this face you make when you hear this like nasty, dirty bass. Right there, you're doing it. Right there.
Yeah, exactly. I do it all the time too when I play a song and it will drop really far.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like cues the audience to kind of like understand how this is gonna hit, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, we love it. I mean, if the DJ's doing it, it's got to be good, right? Why do you think the face that we make is kind of the complete opposite of what's happening? Because it's really good music, but we're making almost like a stink face.
Yeah.
Why do you think that happens? Do you
I
have
don't know.
any theory?
I have
you ever
no
thought
theory
about it?
other than it feels right.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like,
it just feels right. It just feels like that's what we're supposed to do.
Sometimes that happens and we just look at each other and we have it, you're like, yes, like you can both feel it. Like it's
It's definitely just a universal thing. It just feels correct, you know? I'm trying to think what's another example of something that just feels right but not explained. I feel like I can't think of one actually. But it just feels right, you know? It feels appropriate to make that face.
It is. But it's also like such a specific face. We always wondered, like, somebody from the outside saw you doing it. Looked like you smelled like some really bad cheese or something. I don't know.
Maybe. I can totally see how they would interpret it that way.
It's just weird. Like, there's so many things that are people outside the
well, I mean, it's like the bass is so nasty, you know? It's
like how else could you?
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, exactly. It's for me, it's like when we launched the brand, we knew we had to do something around it. And our designer kept playing with it, and he just wasn't able to figure it out until we got some real people in the studio, dropped some nasty music, and then shot it. That's the only way we could actually replicate. And even then, we actually took about 3 to 4 different shots and then merged them all together to kind of come up with that. It's just one wasn't enough.
Yeah, you had to, yeah. Well, let me know if you need a bass face for a new shirt.
We definitely will. We called that Volume 1, so we'll definitely need Volume 2 next.
Okay, I got you.
All right, we got our motto.
I know.
All right. Well, Aundreja, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure to actually meet you in person and dive a little bit deeper into who you are as a person, as an artist as well. So thank you.
For having me. It was a pleasure. Seriously.
I will applaud. That was amazing. I feel like I learned so many things about you. It was awesome.
Oh,
no, it was really cool. The thing about your dad and how he drove you guys around at night.
That's so
that's
precious.
so cool.
Yeah.
He used to take us right there by the LAX tunnel. You know, the one that goes
I don't
right
know where
under,
that is actually.
The one that goes right under the 105, I think.
Oh yeah, the LAX tunnel. When you exit and you kind of go under the tunnel to get into the LAX arrivals.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So he used to take us through that tunnel.
And did you
Back
like
and
blare the
forth.
music?
Yeah.
Oh my God! No way! That's so cool.
Yeah, he
That's
got pulled
amazing.
over once there.
Oh shit! Oh, dude, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, your parents sound really cool.
No, yeah, you guys should meet up.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
You said they're in Orange County, right?
They live in Corona.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
Not
yeah.
too far.
One
yeah.
of these shows, they'll come and I'll get this to you
Yeah,
guys, and
yeah.
you guys can come and
I would love that.
We
you
would
know,
love to meet,
'cause
yeah.
they look at all of my social media content and stuff, so
Okay. Yeah.
they're familiar. You know,
Sounds good. Yeah.
The other thing that I thought was cool is the Fifth Element movie.
yeah.
And so so that's one with Bruce Willis and then the girl with the orange hair.
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just curious, what in particular about that movie gives you like your vibe, I guess, for it? Cause you said it comes in multiple chapters is what it sounds like.
I
for
think
you. Like
it's-
it has a little bit of everything, but
Yeah. I think it's really just like the character Mila plays.
okay.
This like alien that has no gender, and then it gets put into a human body.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the film, it's basically the remainings of this ancient alien
Right.
that gets its hand or body blown off, and
Right.
the only thing left is its hand. So obviously it's the future, so they're able to recreate the alien,
Right.
but they start to like realize that their DNA is like so much more complex, and it's like 12 times like human DNA, and this like really pretty like girl just comes out of it.
Yeah.
And if you look at the original alien, it's like this huge like,
Monster,
Oh,
masculine
interesting.
looking guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
but you could tell it this not necessarily like a woman or a man. It's just like this huge ancient alien.
Thing,
Yeah.
But I really resonate with that because it kind of creates this like manic pixie dream girl,
Yeah.
you know, just like this like so. Sorry, I felt something. Just kind of like this like just like this like character that like people want to like talk to and get to know, or just
Sure.
like save, you know.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that energy, but also because I'm into theater and like movies.
Yeah, I
And
remember you
it happens a lot in film, where there's always that manic dream girl that the guy always
Right.
wants. He's just so unique, and quirky, and like, you know what I
all the
mean?
things. Yeah.
But I like it so much because it's done in like a new way, in like a cyberpunk way.
Yeah.
And it entangles that with actual love and like all these like this like cool fashion statements.
Yep.
I think altogether it kind of
Yeah.
brings in
And the colors,
the
like you were
aesthetics.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
like
colors,
there's
too.
out of this world, like super fun and cool. And
yes,
okay.
exactly.
We're
Yeah.
definitely gonna have to watch that again. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
been
I've
a
watched
long
it in like
time.
5 years
Yeah.
easily. So
No,
yeah.
you guys should. I mean, I can send you a Dropbox with the file.
Like, I
It's
got
the
it.
official file.
That's so fun. I love it. Well, if you don't mind, I think we'd also love to get your reaction when looking at the merch.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be fake.
No.
Please don't be fake.
Yeah, no, only if,
no,
yeah.
But
This,
we would
Well, I
love
did
to.
cook it out, so I know I'm gonna like
I know.
it.
I know.
well, no, but like, you know, the quality and all
Yeah,
that.
no, just-
We have spent, honestly, like this has been 3 years in the making. Like when the idea, I was telling Code earlier.
Wait, I looked me to hit my vape.
Oh yeah. It's like I've
I'm sorry,
talked for
I'm-
so long.
Quick break.
I'm sober, but this is like the one thing I can't.
Oh yeah,
Get
this
rid
is a
of.
vice. Especially when we go to shows, this is like
Oh,
a
yeah.
must. Yeah,
It's like every
It's better
5
than-
seconds.
Cigarettes.
absolutely,
Or,
yeah.
like someone smoking weed next to you. You know,
Oh, yeah.
oh man,
I
no,
agree.
can't
smells
do that.
better.
Oh yeah,
That
100%.
smoke,
Yeah.
But the idea like came to us 3 years ago, and I remember driving home. I was in a bad job. I hated it. I had a horrible boss, and we were going to Cross that weekend. Have you been the one in San Diego?
Which one?
Cross?
Yeah. So I'm gonna. It's in the works, but I may or may not be collaborating with them
Oh,
to do like a. So I'm collaborating. May or may not. It's in the works.
okay.
They already shipped me, but they shipped me a new console that they just released, Pioneer,
Oh wow,
Alpha, Beta,
Wow.
whatever their name is.
nice.
So they want me to do like a tutorial and then release it like a week prior in collaboration with Cross, Pioneer Global, and Alpha Beta USA.
Wow.
So yeah, so I know Cross.
Yeah,
And I
that's
have
awesome.
to do a tutorial with like like songs of people on the lineup. So it'll be
Oh,
interesting.
interesting.
Oh, it's
Okay.
like the pre-launch tracks.
It'll be a
or-
giveaway. So
Oh,
they're gonna give away
interesting.
the console, like
Okay.
the decks,
Yeah.
and it's like a great way to promote like
yeah.
Oh, that's
Pioneer
amazing.
and also Cross, and then
Of
just kind of
course.
like from us to you to the
Yeah.
community, and it kind of works out for me too because
Well,
like
because your name is going to be attached to it.
yes,
Right? Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I'll
so,
be
I
on
mean,
the post. So
That's incredible. I mean,
amazing.
they have a
Yeah.
pretty big following. We've done
We've
a couple
been,
of times. Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 times, I think.
Yeah. It's just so convenient, and it's by the beach. So
it is
it's-
one of my favorite. That and Nocturnal are one of my favorite venues
Okay.
for shows in California. I
We
think.
haven't been to Nocturnal
Is
yet.
that at NOS?
Nocturnal is at the Glen Helen Amphitheater.
Oh, I don't think
I don't
I've been
think
to
we
that.
have
So
been to
No.
that
it's
one.
really
Okay.
pretty. It can get dirty because there's like dirt road stuff,
Yeah.
but it's so pretty.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We'll have to
Yeah,
check that one out.
It's just like submerged in the hills, and they do camp there, and they have like a lake too. So people go like swimming at the lake and like
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's really cute.
Oh, we should
Yeah.
definitely check that
But
out.
Cross
Yeah,
is one of the prettier ones because you're right by the ocean and you get like the
Yeah.
skyline,
Yeah.
and it's so clean.
And it's just like like the wind is blowing, the palm trees.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. And
it's
it's
nice.
small enough that you can walk back and forth, between the stages, and you
Yeah.
don't feel like you have to walk, 2
No,
miles.
yeah, you don't get
Yeah.
tired, and you just
Yeah.
like every time I've gone, I've always gone to the same acai vendor,
Okay.
and I've gotten myself like 2 or 3 acais
Oh my
in
God.
that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're so good. Like
Yeah.
at a
Awesome.
festival, it gives
Oh,
you that
man,
sugar
yeah.
high a little,
Yeah, absolutely.
but it's healthier.
like
It's
natural
fresh.
sugar.
Yeah,
Yes.
feels
Yeah, yeah.
good. Yeah,
So,
I love it. I
Love it.
love it.
but yeah, one day we will play there.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Together, you think?
No, separate,
Separate. Okay.
like separate sets
Okay.
or together. That'd be cute. Kind of how like
Yeah.
what's her name, DJ Gegola and Kiki.
Yeah, very fun.
That'd be so cute.
That would be
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, he's gonna have a field day dressing me. He
I love
loves the aesthetics and everything.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I have to.
I mean,
Well,
why
he-
not? Yeah.
So the show I'm playing next week, the flyer that they made was horrible.
Oh, no.
It was really bad. Like
okay.
the aesthetics were terrible. So I was like, wait, can you make a flyer? And he was like, if they paid me. So
I mean,
no,
I
yeah,
don't-
yeah.
I mean,
So
I have to.
now
Yeah,
he's getting
no, of
paid out
course.
for
Oh,
a great
nice.
flyer that he
Yeah,
made.
that's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's more in tune with like my, I guess,
Your
aesthetic.
vibe.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
That's great.
Wow. They're
Good
a
job.
Dynamic duo.
I've tried managing her a little bit in terms of aesthetics, but then needs to push back. So like, I'm still.
Oh.
Some of it I enjoy.
Yeah.
Don't lie, I do enjoy.
No, I know.
Some of it.
It's just like maybe like.
But that's
in
just
small
like the
increments.
Pisces in me that's like, I'm gonna be free.
Wait, you're a Pisces?
Yes.
When's your birthday?
March 16th.
Oh, wow. This is March 5th.
Please don't share. Yeah.
Oh, I could
that's
tell you were a
amazing.
Pisces,
Yeah.
Wait, how?
Like go with the flow.
I don't know, you just give
yeah,
water
get
vibes.
the vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then.
All
Go
right.
off
Here,
your
let's see
horse.
if we match. What are you?
I'm an Aries.
Oh, okay.
No,
Never
no,
mind.
no.
I'm a Leo.
Not
Oh,
quite.
nice.
Yeah, my birthday was actually last week. 7th.
I love
August
Leos.
7th.
Yeah, she's
My little sister's a Leo. She's
Oh.
not little, she's like 22, but she's a Leo.
Oh,
Same.
she'll always be a little sister, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll always be little.
When was her birthday?
July 30th.
Oh, so she's on the front end. Okay.
Yes.
yeah.
So